does the future of retail look like? We're about to find out. At a time when traditional mall-based stores are dropping like flies, we've also encountered some spectacular growth stories that are trying to reinvent the industry. Tonight, I want to introduce you to another one. Alex Mill. It's a private company that was founded 7 years ago by Alex Drexler. He's the son of Mickey Drexler, the guy who turned Gap and J.Crew into global powerhouses. Alex Mill relaunched earlier this year with a new leadership team. They make easy-to-wear essentials for men and women, stuff that's always in style and likely to become part of your day-to-day uniform. Sort of like the old J.Crew, maybe, except better style, better manufacturing, better price, no massive network of physical stores holding them back with overpriced, often throwaway product and too much inventory. Inventory being the bane of any retailer's existence, as I am taught by the great Mickey Drexler. That's right. Don't take it from me. Let's check in with the man himself, Millard Mickey Drexler, the retail legend, who's currently the founder of Drexler Ventures and chairman of Alex Mill. Get a better sense of the business and the broader industry. Mr. Drexler, welcome back to Mad Money.
How are you?
Great to see you, Mickey. Have a seat.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, Mickey, you're back in making clothes.
Yep.
And I want to know why.
Why? It's in my DNA. I can't help it. Keeps my brain exercised. I love the creativity of clothes. You know, the business has always been in my blood for my whole life, in fact. You know, my father sold buttons and piece goods, or bought buttons and piece goods. So I'm back, and you know, when you leave the big jobs, you get a little bored.
Right.
And I was a little bored until I started to do this.
Well, Alex Mill, to me, offers truth in terms of what you're getting and value, which are two things that I think are not in the mall and not in the catalogs and not in the e-commerce things that are just thrown onto a website. That's how it resonates to me. Is that what you're trying to get?
Well, it's really simple. I say it's simple in our minds. I looked at it. My son had a men's-only business. Samsak Sikamong became available. I worked with him for many years at our old company.
Okay.
When he became available, I put him together with Alex, and I got involved. Either I'm chief kibbutzer, they call me chairman, but I thought that the world, again, it's just my personal opinion, could use what you described. You can't leave the store or the website kind of not looking good in a sense, and it's always been something I felt strongly about: style, taste, value, and quality. I've repeated those words for 40 years I've been running companies.
Now, is the mall dying because it doesn't offer those? Or is there something about the pricing structure when you go buy something, say, at a department store, that's just wrong?
Well, you know, to me, and everyone says it's direct to consumer today, I think the structure is when there are two profits, two markups instead of one, it already inflates the perceived value of goods.
Okay.
Because customers know. Number two, if you take your device and go online, I don't know if half the goods are available at a better price by just punching a few buttons. Number three, I think really importantly, the lack of passion for great product and creativity is also a very important reason the malls are not doing as well. There's not enough excitement to fill them up. And frankly, and I have all my friends are going to get mad at this in the mall business, they're not doing enough to make them creative, compelling places you want to hang out in, with the exception of some.
The first time I met you, you said two things to me, which is that the secret of success, I asked what George, the eye, you have to have an eye, and you can't have too much inventory. And I've never stopped thinking about those because that's how I judge all retail in the end. You have an eye. Can algorithms have an eye? Can people get a list of what you like and have an eye from it?
No. First of all, I don't know what an algorithm is, and maybe that's my problem because I hear the word being mentioned constantly, and data, algorithms, and all that. Show me a great company, and maybe I'm old-fashioned, and show me great product, and show me vision and leadership that gets the product, and I'll show you a really great business if they operate it well. Now, I always had data. My data was my selling report. And as we used to say at the Apple board meetings, you got to see around corners.
Right.
And I don't think, I'm not sure what the definition of algorithms is. I feel, I should know. But it's about an instinct, a feel, and what's out there. I feel instinct and intuition is critical in any product business.
When you were on Steve Jobs' Apple board, did you talk much about retail? And what did you learn from him about retail, and what did you teach him? Well,
I think with Steve, I taught him, and then he became like the greatest student in the world. I think we did the first store together. We spent a lot of time initially, but he went on to build what is arguably the greatest retail empire in the world. And the stores to this day, and this was about 10, 15 years ago, are extraordinarily successful.
Extraordinary. But you don't want to do, you have one brick and mortar. You want that lower price that you can get without the rent and the double markup, right?
Well, always, I'm allergic to the double markup.
Right.
And I realized that when I started my career as a buyer at Bloomingdale's. You're always paying inflated prices. And there weren't discounters then like there are today.
Okay, so curated. I always like to have a salesperson help me. What do I do if I go to Alex Mill?
Well, first of all, if you go there, there's only 5 of us there.
Okay.
It's very easy right now. Hopefully, it might not be as easy when we have stores. We have one temporary store. I hate the word pop-up.
Right.
And I think the other thing is you don't need huge assortments to shop anymore. You don't need them not to shop. Never did you need a huge assortment. Focus on the best.
Okay, and then finally, price tariffs. Do we have to worry about that? I know you source all over the globe.
Well, we source, we're very tiny. What we've done is we've negotiated with the factories that we do business with in Asia. So we'll pay some tariff, but not the full amount.
And if am I too old for Alex Mill?
Not at all, because I'm older than you, and I ain't too old.
You are the best. This man taught me. You hear me talk about retailers all the time. My dad, because he sold boxes back to retailer, he told me some, and this man taught me the rest. And this is the man who actually is probably the greatest teacher of retail in all time. I hope you just learned something, and maybe we all go to Alex Mill and do some buying. Mickey Drexler, chairman of Alex Mill and founder of Drexler Ventures. Thank you so much, Mickey.
Thank you.
Mad Money back at the break.
Thank you.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.